Welcome back to a new video. So me and ReactBot are going to be looking at some of my oldest lifting clips that I have public on my channel. And there are some that are private. I'm just kind of embarrassed of the videos, mostly just like the commentary and stuff were just, they weren't bad or anything, but pretty similar numbers to what are on here. So there's nothing that's significantly older than these clips. But here is what I called a 385 squat. So this was 9 years ago, and I was 191 pounds. So this was like 2015. So this would have been my junior year of college. What do you think about that, ReactBot?
Bro, who did this?
That was me. That was me, brother. Without the beard and about 40 pounds lighter than I am now. But let's see what it looks like. So this was at a rec center at my university. And one of the squat racks that we had. I believe I'm doing low bar as well. So not really to depth. What do you think about the depth there, ReactBot?
That is such a Gemini move.
Let's get that off, because you have to hit F7 to get ReactBot to say stuff. So sometimes it triggers stuff in the thing. So that was, looks like 370. So not to depth there. Those are the cheap Walmart shoes that I wore just to have flats. So you don't really need nice shoes for lifting, or at least for, you know, powerlifting, and those ones worked well. But yeah, they were cheap ones from Walmart, meant to be what are those, I forget what they're called. ReactBot, do you remember what those shoes are called, the basketball ones?
That's rough, buddy.
They're Converse ones. I'm trying to make it so it doesn't do that. You can navigate the page with the text cursor, press. Oh, okay. So, not the best angle, but I was also using my phone at this point. Had a big powerlifting belt. It actually was a really nice belt. I think it was from Strength Shop. The depth actually there looked better. So let's go back to it. You know, it's right at parallel. I am not going anything below parallel, but it's definitely low bar. Not the best squats, but you know, I was never super gifted when I started out with squatting. What do you think about that last rep there, bud?
Classic.
All right, this is it doesn't actually show up with this. I wish there was a way to make it so ReactBot would, I don't know. We'll get it figured out. I keep getting a dialog box popped up, but it's not showing up on OBS, so that's all right. Let's see how this one looks. I mean, like, it's right at parallel. It is not any deeper. My stance is pretty wide. It's definitely low bar. Not the prettiest reps. Although, I mean, like, positionally, they're not terrible. So, you could definitely see that I actually was, you know, I would look at the videos after, you know, I would record them. But I have tights under these pants, and that's just to keep my legs warm. There's 385. So, you see, even then, I'm as good at grinding. What do you think about that one, ReactBot?
I'm gonna need a mini ReactBot for this one. It stinks.
That's, you know what? That's fair. That's fair. That's hilarious. So that was what, 385? I think this was a PR attempt above that. It might have been 405. Let's see what it ends up being. Looks like 390. Yeah, it just sat all the way down. So what's funny here, so if we go back, like I have the mobility to do a full squat even there, like pretty comfortably. Like I didn't slam it on the thing or anything, but did not have anything left on there. But yeah, that was it for that one. So let's look at the next one, which is a deadlift PR, which even back then I was good at deadlifts. What do you think about my deadlift strength, ReactBot?
Certified banger.
I agree. So let's go to the next one. So this is 535 with straps. And you see I got the, you can tell how old this was. I got the, don't even have Bluetooth headphones. Bar's a little too far away from me. It was weird. All our friends at our college were really good at deadlifting. So that was 495. Okay, so that wasn't the PR yet. I'm not tripping. I was grabbing my strap. There's friend Brandon that was commenting. Needs to get back in focus. What do you think about my camera skills back in the day, ReactBot?
Not me, nose exhaling.
So that was 5:15, it looks like. It's so blurry, it's hard to tell. But this is definitely 5:35. So I'm guessing that was 5:15. I went 495, 5:15. And you can see back then there was an RDX built. But like back then, like it was hard for me to have a straight back just because I wasn't very strong. But like the leverages, you see I'm trying to pull my back straight, but then it just kind of rounds, but able to grind it out then.
My God.
It's just absurd. Just absurd. I don't even know what I put at the end.
It's good.
Oh no, that just was stuff there. What do you think about that, ReactBot?
Next TikTok.
Okay, sorry bud. Not impressed by that. All right, so we'll go back to the beginning and get this set up. This is 435 for 8 reps. So I guess apparently I had some back spasms on this day. Again, this is 9 years ago. So really good at reps with deadlifts ever since I started doing them. I believe the first max rep after doing just like normal volume, I went up to a single was 455. And so the 535 that I did there was a pretty good amount of progress, but this is apparently is 8 reps. See, actually, you know, technique looks a little bit better. My head is just like really cranked up. What do you think about my weird chicken head looking thing, ReactBot?
Well, that just happened.
True. Actually, that platform, that catwalk that's over there, I did some trick shots into that basketball hoop down there. I forget why I did it. I think I just did it for fun, but... And I'm just repping these out. I was a maniac. But yeah, I was still probably like under 200 pounds at this point. I don't know when I hit 200, but it was, you know, probably at some point relatively soon than this. So we got some crazy copyright music here. We're actually going to mute it because sometimes with copyright music, it's not copyright, or the copyright free nature of it runs out after a while. What do you think about the music, ReactBot?
We must protect them at all costs.
I agree. I wish we could, but this was at my friend's Seth's house, and this was because it was during a holiday, so there wasn't, the rec center was closed at that point, so this was probably around Christmas, but this was 8 years ago, so it might have been right at the beginning of 2016. But this is 225, and this might have been around the time I started doing like full depth squats, and you see there, like I'm in Chucks at this point, and or Converse. Excuse me, I forget which one it was, or they might be the same thing. But you can see they're like really good depth. For me, the hardest part of the front squats when I first started them back at this point was the front rack mobility. So this is 275 with my Mount Union shirt on. You can see there I'm able to get all the way down. So it wasn't ever like a mobility issue for me. What do you think about my front squats there, ReactBot?
As an AI language model, I am unable to react to this.
That's pretty toxic, but that's all right. So 275 back then, so that was 8 years ago, and that was, I'm almost positive, was the PR for my front squat back then. That was the old emblem or logo thing that we used because I used to run this channel. Not really, I was kind of always in charge of it, but I tried to have my friends included in it. Those are some of the old videos, but they're obviously, you know, it's all my stuff now. So actually you get a little glimpse. So this is what I actually lifted on Saturday. So this was 445, 4 sets of 6. I'm a maniac with an AMRAP. I did a lot of these workouts where I would do, you know, 4 sets of whatever and then an AMRAP on the last set. We're gonna mute this so we don't have to listen to the commentary of it. But yeah, I was a maniac back in the day as far as the volume goes. But yeah, this is my basement. My dad has dumbbells right in this main area now. Everything is actually still there for the most part, but I put those rubber tiles were, I think, down there. But this is basically all I could do at the house. Like you can kind of see squat stands there, but there isn't really, I wasn't really confident in my squatting ability back then. It's actually sumo deadlifts too. I remember doing them randomly and not really for any particular reason, just as kind of like an accessory to the main deadlift. And I thought maybe I could do it. And I also had the George Lehman belt on where it was super high in a Lakers shirt that I got at a Goodwill. What do you think about all these sumo deadlifts here, ReactBot?
Like this video if you're agree.
What do you think about me doing an AMRAP on the last set?
Facts.
Okay. But yeah, there isn't really anything crazy with these, just a bunch of sumo deadlifts, so we'll scroll forward a little bit. But oh, I did some conventional too, so maybe I was, just kind of did whatever back then. When you're good at deadlifts, I suppose you can kind of just do whatever. What do you think about me going back to conventional after doing some sumos?
ChatGPT, what do I say next?
But I feel like my head is a little bit better. I'm still like really trying to crank my head back, and I think that's a reaction to knowing that my back is rounded, because you know, I film these and look at them and know that I'm trying to flex my back, or extend my back, I should say, to get it to be straight. And I think trying to pull my head back was just a result of me trying to overemphasize that. But yeah, the George Lehman belt actually felt pretty good up there at the time, and I stuck with it for a little while, but now I just kind of have it in a normal position lower, just because it's more comfortable now, and just kind of out of the habit of having it way up there. And it'd be kind of weird to do it just for deadlifts, since it's not really the emphasis of my training. Is this my last set? Looks like I got one more here. So what do you think about my form as these sets went on ReactBot?
Now this is epic.
Here I'm definitely still probably under 200 pounds. I actually did a little charity thing back in the day too. That's why I had it on these descriptions. And I forget what it was when the channel started to get some subscribers, so when shorts started to be there. So I think it was 2022. Did like 25 cents per subscriber, so it ended up being like $100 or something, nothing too crazy. But yeah, so those are some deadlifts I did back in the day. You see, just always really good at deadlifts, even with a weaker back. I mean, I say weaker back, obviously I still had a strong back, but like you can see, like my back wasn't able to be fully extended as it is now when I'm doing deadlifts. So here are some more squats. My squats are not as good as my deadlifts ever. And we got some man tights. So this is something funny we did back in the day. We called it Man Tight Monday. So we would wear just these tights. It's essentially like lifting pants or track pants, but we would wear them back in the day. So these are clearly high bar. It looks like I'm actually getting pretty down there. Not really all the way down as I do now, but you see even then, like my back's pretty well developed, and that's just because deadlifts are cracked. My deadlifts are just so easy for me to do. But honestly, I'm pretty happy with this form. Like I probably would have told myself if I was coaching myself to move my feet in a little bit, but really it was not too bad. What do you think?
Just applaud this.
And I would like to, when I would record back in the day, I always would try to record from different angles. So yeah, definitely hitting some good depth there. 4 sets of 4 with an AMRAP of 5 reps, and just at 315. So, you know, a decent amount of weight if you think about the 385, but nothing that was too crazy. I'd imagine that this was probably in the winter since it was dark out. So 8 years ago. So this was, would have been the beginning of 2016, most likely. So you can see I wasn't gifted at squats at all. Still not, but like I was pretty bad at them back in the day. And I think I had my belt pretty high, like a George Lehman belt, which is interesting. Yeah, so I would definitely say like I'm hitting a lot better depth here, but it's not the best. What do you think about my depth progression there, ReactBot?
Hit that subscribe button and join the React Army.
We'll move forward a little bit. These are just, you know, normal reps and nothing really too radical. Honestly, pretty happy with how, like, positionally I was staying upright. I wasn't folding over too crazily, especially because I'm in flats. Obviously, you know, if I'm looking at it, if I was coaching myself, I would tell myself just to go deeper, but then I was powerlifting. So, you know, it wasn't the goal to have the most depth to carry over for the weightlifting movements. But let's move to the next one. So these are some block pulls. And so this is what, 455 for 3 sets of 4. So not too high of a block, so these are kind of low blocks. And you see, I'm just correct. I needed to, and I actually brought my own chalk, you can see down at the bottom. Because our gym didn't have chalk. They weren't really like bad, like they weren't mad if you ever used chalk, they just didn't supply it. So it was a pretty good advantage. But yeah, these are not 25 kilo plates. These are the Crunch Fitness style 25-pound bumpers that I'm using. So I don't know, like a 3 or 4 inch deficit, but yeah, really just trying to work on my back at this point, trying to get it to be straight. That was really the main emphasis of doing all these. And I did a lot of touch and go reps back in the day. I don't really do any now. It's good for just getting more reps in, but I find if I'm trying to work on like a clean pull or something, it's better to do just a full reset. And haven't really done like a touch and go set in a while. It's kind of like doing a high rep squat where you need a lot of rhythm to do it, and you can get a lot of benefit. You get a lot of benefit out of it, but you can get a lot more reps if you get that good rhythm, that touch. What do you think about touch and go deadlift, ReactBot?
Bro left, no crumbs.
Okay, so let's go here. So this is a deficit deadlift. So for some reason, every variation deadlift I would do, because when you're good at them, why not? What's your opinion on deficit deadlifts there, ReactBot?
Cool video.
And so slightly less of a deficit than or slightly less, I guess, the plates were a little bit smaller. These are 35-pound plates. And I actually was pretty impressed that they have like a full set of bumper plates. They were really upset if you drop the plates too loud because this platform, as you can see from the basketball court that's on the outside there, it's on the second floor, which doesn't make any sense because there was 3 floors to the building, and they could have easily put the weight room stuff at in the basement, and it would have been perfect. It wouldn't have been disruptive to people. Because like I get, like if we're dropping it, they weren't worried about it falling through the floor. It's just being really loud. But they weren't, chasing you down if like you failed to deadlift it once. It was more of like if you're doing a set of 10 and you're banging the weight on every one, they would be a little upset about that. But if you just did it on one, I don't remember them ever having too many issues with a single rep. So because sometimes you miss a rep or whatever. What do you think about putting a weight room on the second floor there, ReactBot?
Not really that impressive.
Yeah, I agree. Not impressive at all. He's on it right now, but 3 sets of 6 reps. So yeah, the deficits. My thought was it would help me off the floor, and you see there I'm really just trying to get my back straight, and I think that's good advice for anyone that's just trying to work on that with the deadlift, is just keep working at it. Because you see here, like I physically can't really get my back to be as extended as I want, but the fact that I'm trying to do that means that I'm able to eventually get better at that. What do you think about my working at my back positions back in the day there, ReactBot?
This vid would put a Victorian child in a coma.
And now onto some early weightlifting stuff. So we'll go back to the beginning and get this set up. So my cleans back in the day were horrendous, but my goal with doing cleans was to get better leg drive and just stronger legs and just be more explosive. So it was actually, to be more athletic. And there's my pen down there, which is a Huntington pen, which is hilarious. And you got my chalk and all of that stuff. I also use that same big belt and straps and whatnot. I was a total maniac, but yeah, just 205 pounds, so nothing too crazy. What do you think about my setup right here, ReactBot?
The classic razzle dazzle.
All right, so you see there actually a full clean, so immediately have the ability to do a full depth squat. Never had issues with that. Not really making contact at all, but catching it in a pretty decent position. And let's see this 225. So basically just doing no contact, but honestly, like for having no idea what I'm doing, it was pretty good, and having to control it down because of that, using that metal plate for some reason. Then there's 245 for some reason. Why not jump to 245? Even then, I made dumb jumps. What do you think about that jump to 245 there?
Was that the bite of 87?
What? Yeah, I don't know. But let's go here. Some old bench press. So this is actually private, so we'll still look at it, but you won't be able to find this. This is exclusive to this video. But yeah, when I powerlifted, I tried to bench press, and this is 245 for 4 sets of 4. And you can see other parts of the upstairs gym. So they had a bunch of inclines, much regular bench press. Honestly, like for a Division III school that I went to, like it was a really nice rec center. And because it was a smaller school, the gym was never like hyper packed. And also I think the time frame that I was starting to lift in, like there wasn't a huge, like powerlifting was still taking off back here in, it's still 2016. Oh yeah, I hit the rack there. Heck yeah. Whatever it takes. What do you think about me hitting the rack there?
Talk about a giant L.
And I liked recording at this angle to just make sure that my bench was symmetrical, to make sure there wasn't one side going up or down. Obviously you can't see if it's like twisting one way or the other, if one side's going front or back, but you can see the levels, and generally did a pretty good job. But yeah, bench was always a struggle, so I really Not that I necessarily wasn't a fan of it, but it was always a struggle. And what's interesting, so there was actually my left shoulder that dipped down a little bit, even 8 years ago. So I think in general, my left shoulder is probably weaker than my right, just in general, as far as an imbalance goes, just because I play baseball and would throw with my right hand. So I probably have some just permanent imbalances from that, just from because I play baseball from a very young age. From a developmental standpoint, there's probably just slightly different structures and strength in both shoulders. What do you think about my differences of my right and left arm? Do you think that's true, ReactBot, or am I just coping that I'm bad at lifting?
Insert reaction here.
And we got one more. So this is a hang clean with 225 and with straps. So I think I had one where I did 245 and 265 back in this time frame, but this will be the last one we look at, and we'll turn the volume off there. So this is 205. Maybe you can see my colors there. Get a little work at that. Yeah, there we go, a little bend, and then we got there. So that's 205. I actually looked pretty good from that angle. I should have just recorded all my cleans from that angle. What do you think about that first clean there?
It's giving Sigma.
This is 225, so I don't know what I'm doing getting that extra there. But honestly, like compared to that first clean, I think that looks so much better. So definitely some pretty rapid improvement from that point, and still controlling it on the way down. So definitely making some pretty rapid improvements with the clean, and that just shows that the clean is, easier to learn. I mean, I wasn't really doing it. I think I did one snatch, and I can never find the video of it, but I did a 135-pound snatch just one time. It might have even been 95 pounds, but I remember doing like a full all the way down snatch and going, wow, this is like really, like, strength wise was hard to do. Mobility, I could get into, the full overhead squat position. But you see here, like, developed relatively well with the clean, but my squats were pretty trash back in the day. What do you think about all of my beautiful squats? We'll go back here so we're not looking at that. Well, ReactBot, what do you think about all this beautiful old lifting? Should I do more of these?
Whoa, what did I just witness?
Old lifting clips, but yeah, this one was also from 8 years ago. So from 2016, so a good amount of time ago. But I figured this would be kind of a fun video. I've been watching a lot of Jack's film, and figured I would try to get the ReactBot to work and see what he was thinking about my lifting, since I don't have a real coach. So ReactBot, can you be my coach?
This big guy eating all the little guys.
I think that means yes. So all my programming will be done via the random phrase generator that is ReactBot. So whenever I need advice about whether to increase the weight or what exercise to select, I'll just hit F7 and ReactBot will tell me what to do next. Isn't that right?
I'm reacting so hard right now.
It just cracks me up, and I don't know why, but I love it. So I figured it'd be kind of fun to look at some old clips and then use a little ReactBot to do all that. But that's gonna be it for this one. So if you made it to this point, I appreciate it, and also Merry Christmas. Maybe this will be a little Christmas special, I suppose. But hope you all have a good Christmas. I did all my Christmas stuff early on the 21st as far as traveling the family, so now I just get to relax, which is really nice. What do you think about that, ReactBot?
The Scorpio energy is insane.
I agree. Scorpio energy is definitely insane. But that's gonna be it for this one. So I'll talk to you all in the next video, and hope you all have a great day. Peace.